just a bit outside.
And welcome to another episode of Just a Bit Outside. I'm your host, Steve Ely, and along with me, as always, my co-host, Wes Cook.
Back again. Finally.
I know. It's been a minute, brother. Real life is
a little busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we make the time eventually.
Eventually, we'll get there.
We're here. It's so good. We're good. But yeah, another episode. We got a lot to catch up on. Of course, we're right smack dab in the middle of March Madness conference. Tournaments have been wrapped up or are wrapping up as we speak. We got Florida and Tennessee on right now. Florida, in my opinion, looks like the best team in college basketball at the moment, and they are giving it to Tennessee right now.
Yeah, Florida's looked really good in the tournament.
With the end of the year, really, I mean, Florida's looked very, very good. They're definitely headed in the right direction. I think a win here today could get them right to where they want to be with a 1 seed.
I think what I'm seeing, I think.
Looking at Auburn.
Yep, as of what I saw earlier with bracketology, it looked like Lenardi has Auburn still is the number 1 overall seed.
Yeah, Houston is another one of the seeds. Duke is the 1 seed, and I think the winner of this one's taking the other.
Yep.
So right now it looks like Florida, and like I said, by all accounts, they've looked like the best team overall. So I like where they will likely wind up with the SEC title, and then they will also take a 1 seed into the tournament. That being said, loser, this is going to be a high 2 seed.
Oh yeah, they're going to be a 2 seed.
Me being an SEC fan and everything, I honestly think between Florida, Tennessee, Alabama, and Auburn, those are 4 of the best 6 teams in the country.
Yeah.
And 3 of them probably deserve a 1 seed. Houston doesn't have the resume. They're going to get it because of the win-loss record and, taking care of the business that's been put in front of them.
Yep.
But, I mean, you see the ACC's down. Cooper Flagg's not even on this Duke team, and they're winning the title.
Yeah. I watched a lot of ACC over the week and watched the Carolina Duke game.
Yeah. Lane violation hurting, huh?
Oh, my Lord. I'm watching, my brother was in town, he's a big Duke fan, and I'm just watching. He's just
so funny that y'all root for the rival teams.
Oh, dude, it's hard. It's hard. But it's watching it and seeing it live. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, people are hanging out. Oh, look, he's crying on the bench. He should. He took the tying point off the board.
Does suck.
With not a whole lot of time left.
Yeah. It's
especially after they battled back to get back in the game.
Yeah, that was a tough beat, man. I think Carolina still makes the tournament. I don't think they're on the outside looking here.
At the moment, they are part of the first 4 out, according to Joe Lenardi and ESPN.
I think they've played a better schedule than a lot of these other teams that are going to get in, which that always hurts me because you're going to let in these teams that haven't had to play the same strength schedule like that Carolina will play.
Yeah.
Other teams that might be on the outside, even Arkansas, really. Playing in the SEC is difficult, so they're going to be right there on the cusp as well.
Lenardi has 13 SEC schools, all the way through Oklahoma, which I disagree with Oklahoma. I get it. I understand they were in a upper conference. The SEC was very good this year, but I'm still I'm old school, and I still feel you should at least win 50% of your conference games before you can really be considered.
Agree.
That being said, it's hard to look at them who went 6-12 in conference and say, "Oh yeah, they deserve to be in there." Granted, they did play a very tough schedule because of how up the SEC was this year.
Yes. I mean, the SEC was by far the best conference in college basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you see it, like I said.
Head and shoulders are better. I will not argue that at all.
All right. According to locks by Joe Lunardi, Auburn, Tennessee, Florida, Alabama, Texas A&M, Kentucky, Ole Miss, Missouri, and Mississippi State.
Yeah.
So who should be in? He says Oklahoma should be.
I don't think Oklahoma should be. He has them in at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm kind of not.
He has other teams sweating out. That being Texas, Arkansas, and Vandy, and Georgia.
I don't think Georgia gets in. I don't think they're even close.
You put Georgia in, what does that get you? That's going to take you to 14?
Yeah, that'll be 14 if Georgia gets in.
Yeah.
And that's, again, not enough for me in the resume for Georgia.
Yeah, I mean, taking that loss to Oklahoma really hurt Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
That win for Oklahoma helped Oklahoma, and he likes Oklahoma over Texas. He likes Oklahoma over Arkansas. I really can't blame him.
I mean, I get it, but I don't know. At some point, I mean, you keep up with all these metrics for a reason.
Yeah.
And I can't argue with the fact that the SEC was the better conference, but 13 just seems like a lot.
A ton of teams. I agree.
A lot.
I think 13 is probably the magic number because you're gonna probably leave Georgia out. Just because, I mean, really the end of the year kind of did them in.
Yeah.
You look at the Big Ten, you're looking at, of course, Wisconsin, Michigan State are going to be in. Michigan to be in. Oregon to be in. Purdue.
He's got 9.
Maryland. Yeah, 9 bids. UCLA and Illinois. All expected to be in.
Yep.
Very top-heavy Big Ten this year. Because you look at the guys that are on the outside looking in, I don't think they can get in. That's Indiana, that's Ohio State, and that's Nebraska. And I don't see any way these guys are going to get in.
Isn't it Nebraska that's never won a tournament game?
Yes. Nebraska is the one
power
team. Yeah, one Power 5, Power 4 conference, whatever.
Whatever it is. That's never won a tournament.
That's never won. Exactly. Which is surprising. Yeah. I mean, you figure at some point they had a team that was good enough to get them there.
Get them one win.
Well, yeah, it's just one. I mean, because they've been to the tournament. It's just they haven't won a game. And likely they're not going to be there.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm not really seeing any Nebraska. Our local team made the tournament, though.
Yeah, UNC Dub. Lenardi's latest bracketology has Kentucky playing UNC Dub in the first round.
In the first round, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man, don't do that. Don't do
that. Yeah. Coming in as a 14 seed. But, good on them for doing what they got to do. They actually had a really good season. 26-7 or something like that.
No, they played amazing. I mean, UNC Dub was doing it this year, so.
Yeah.
Shout out to Icy Shadow 420 who's out in the chat. Appreciate you. They go Red Wings. Assuming you're a hockey fan. We dip into a little bit of hockey every now and then.
Yeah.
Right now though, we got college basketball on the mind, so we'll keep on digging in here. Yeah, like I said, I don't expect Indiana, Ohio State, or Nebraska to get in. You look at Big 12; they're expected to get 7 or 8 bids. You got Houston, Arizona, Texas Tech, Iowa State, BYU, and Kansas.
Yep.
Kansas.
I don't know what happened to Kansas. I expected more out of them, kind of the same way I expected more out of North Carolina.
I mean, you usually do, especially. I mean, it's just weird. Kansas was so down.
I don't know. Like you watch one Kansas game and they would look fantastic, and then you'd watch the very next game and it would be a shell of what you just saw. And it was just, I don't know, just too up and down for a Bill Self team like that.
Very much so. Finished outside the top 25. And then you got teams like Baylor. They're sitting at 84% chance to get in here. I think Baylor does get in. It's just weird because when we go back, we rewind a year, and we're talking about how good Baylor was then. We're talking about Baylor. We're talking about their coach, possibly leaving, then staying because of the recruiting class he has and just the homies built in Baylor and everything, which I'm super glad he did. He was probably my least favorite candidate for the Kentucky job. And I mean, now he's here. I just don't know. I don't know if he would have been able to turn it around the same way Pope did, like in just that amount of time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have guys buy into what Pope's selling.
Yeah.
And Pope is a hometown guy.
Yeah. It's just Scott Drew. He's a different cat, man.
Yeah.
I didn't really see him being the guy for the job. So it worked out in the end. Yeah. Let's see. You get down into the bottom part of the Big 12 here. You got West Virginia. They are teetering on the cusp.
On
there.
that cusp, yeah.
I'm curious to see what happens. Cincinnati's definitely not going to get in. There's a shot for them, but I think that door closed with a lot of the teams that were expected to move forward didn't move forward and didn't have any of those bubble teams really take that loss they needed them.
Yep.
Big East, you got, of course, St. John's, who won the Big East. You got Marquette, Creighton, and UConn, who will all get in. We won't have a three-peat this year. That's nice.
No. I just don't see it. I mean, good on them. But, it's what happens. It's gonna, not that the UConn's going away, but, I don't think they're nearly what they were for the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm. No, definitely. This year just wasn't their year.
Plus, you're seeing a lot of the Hurley attitude that I don't like.
I don't like Hurley. Dude's a clown. He's a fucking clown. You don't act the way you do. Just I won 2 national titles. Well, didn't act like it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Don't cry about doing, we had to play 3 games 3 days in a row. That I'm not never going to play in another. Get out of here.
Dude, if you're going to be an elite squad, like, these are the tournaments you'll play. Like, quit being a fool, man. Like, acting all holier than thou and, better than everybody else on the floor. It's like, dude, nah, man. There's other coaches that are considered way better than you out there.
Yeah.
And you've kind of fluked into a couple back-to-back titles. I mean,
I wouldn't say fluke. Last year they were pretty.
I'm just saying, like, in the year before, like, it's just, how these tournaments go, right?
Yeah.
You get the luck of the draw sometimes. The ball bounces your way a couple of times, and this is what gets you there, right? Because, I mean, we go back over time, and you just see, like, different matchups that fall into play that just doesn't work for a team. I mean, take the 2015 Kentucky team, for instance. That team was head and shoulders better than everybody else, and then just caught Wisconsin at a bad time. Wisconsin had a chip on their shoulder from the year before, and none of the kids that were playing on that team were really part of the, the team that beat Wisconsin the year before.
Yeah.
So it wasn't cool, really. I mean, it's just, you take that team and you just know it was so much better. And it would have just dismantled, I think, any team in a 7-3, 3-5, or 7-game series, right?
Yeah.
That's just how that team was just so much better than anybody else.
Well,
but that's the thing with the tournament. You just kind of luck into some of these things. Like,
matchups are the key. I mean, look at Duke losing in the opening round a few years ago. I say a few, it's been a minute. But when they lost to Lehigh.
Yeah.
With C.J. McCollum.
That was a long time.
I mean, but it was part of it. It was a bad matchup for Duke.
Yeah, no, I get it.
The, not that long ago, the Virginia loss. The 1 seed Virginia caught a bad matchup in a team that shot lights out from 3-point range. Bad matchup.
Go back to 2010. John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins. They lost to West Virginia because they couldn't hit the side of a barn. Broadside of a barn. Excuse me.
It happens.
I mean, you got it was the Zion team. Duke Zion team was good. They got bounced early.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, Hansbrough was probably part of the best team in the country twice, and they won one.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I don't even like talking about the semifinal game. That game drives me crazy. It's the same thing that.
But that's what I mean by kind of fluking into back-to-back titles, right?
Yep.
You go back and look at the team before that went back-to-back, and that was Florida, right? That Florida team stayed together from the year prior, and it was in a different type of, just a different climate of college basketball at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So just the fact that they even stayed back and ran everything back, it was nuts.
I mean, and who was the last for that? Duke?
Yeah, in the early 90s. Mm-hmm.
Who in all actuality played in what I know it's multiple teams part of it, but it was 4 championship games in 5 years.
Yeah,
I mean, just stupid.
So you don't see that, and that's what I mean by the kind of fluke back-to-back titles, because they had some breaks that went their way that allowed for this to work out for them. But I am glad to know that they really have zero shot at winning this year.
Are you going? Yeah, me too. I like it. I like parity.
Big East.
Ooh.
Yeah, they are maybe 4 teams, 5 teams in. Maybe. So we talked about them already. I think Xavier's the one that's sweating out. That'll be the difference between 4 and 5. The biggest surprise is the ACC.
With just 3?
You got 4 teams that could get in. The 3 that get in, of course, are the ones that have been consistently in the top 25.
Yep.
Duke. Surprisingly, Louisville changed everything around real fast. I still hate them, but they were in the ACC title game. They've been playing much better basketball this year, in comparison to recent years.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Clemson, too. Brad Brownell's doing a real good job down there.
Doing great.
Yeah.
Doing a fantastic job.
Outside looking in, of course, is Carolina.
Yeah. Carolina and Wake Forest are the 2 looking in.
Beating Duke would have really, I think, solidified them getting into this thing, and unfortunately, it just didn't go their way. Some bad losses on this. Out of the 13 they've had all year, there's some bad ones.
There's some not good ones. That is for sure.
But they've also lost to likes of Auburn Alabama, Duke, and Florida. And we talked about 3 of them being top 5 teams in the country.
Kansas, Alabama.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, their one quad win is against UCLA. That's their one. But then they got bad losses, like bad 1-point loss to Stanford. Bad 1-point loss to Wake Forest.
Yeah.
I mean, just can't lose like that. Just can't.
Your mid-majors, you got auto clinches already, which is Colorado State, Liberty, Gonzaga, and Drake. So they're in. And the other teams, these smaller conferences, you're looking at like Memphis, St. Mary's probably going to be in. You're not going to have an issue with them. Their resumes are strong enough. Probably will get in, but these are the ones that hopefully you compare resumes in your situation.
Yeah,
you're comparing Carolina's resume and what they've done, and you're comparing it to these teams right now. That's going to be New Mexico. That's going to be VCU, and that's going to be Utah State. These are the ones that you think you should have a shot with, right? I mean, they don't play the same caliber of quad one teams that you do.
Nope.
But you got to be better. And for when we look at New Mexico, they have 13 wins against the BPI's top 100. A team that's going to be in Utah State, they swept them this year. Those types of things are what's stacking the resume against Carolina.
Yep.
But Carolina does play in a Power 4 conference. And Carolina, went out and took on one of the strongest schedules out there.
Yeah.
So that's going to help, and that's where I would make me decipher. Like, I don't care if New Mexico has a better record than Carolina. I know Carolina played better teams and played with better teams.
Oh yeah.
Right. I mean, I know they were without Cooper Flagg the other night, but they
were missed 2 guys.
Right.
The other night, but
we could talk about injuries. Kentucky knows all about it.
Yeah.
Kentucky's missing their starting point guard, their starting shooting guard, their starting small forward, and that's just a recipe for losing. Taking it, a 30-piece to Bama. I mean, it is what it is, though.
Yeah, it's the sport.
Yeah,
I mean, I've seen crazy stuff happen. We were talking last night about games and how you'll see teams just get hot and everything starts dropping.
Yeah, no, I mean that's when they want to put it together. This is the time of the year to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, watching the Duke Carolina game the other night, and I'm just absolutely frustrated at halftime. And, Hubert Davis let them finish the half on a 15-0 run.
That Roy Williams move right there.
I'm watching this. I'm like, at any point, just call timeout. Just call timeout. Like, I'm complaining about the whole time. And they're like, what's the big deal? I'm like, I guarantee you he still has all of his timeouts. Guarantee it.
Learn from the best at hoarding those things.
It's a 6-point game, and then you let them finish on a 15-0 run.
Yeah, that's rough, man. That is rough.
I mean, they battled back and got back in it, but at the same time, I hate that philosophy. I hate that thinking. I hate that mindset. I just hate it.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. You got to stop it and try to figure out, okay, this isn't working clearly. Mm-hmm. What can I do to change up the lineup? What can we do that's going to benefit this team and stop this run? Because they are it's an onslaught right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And that kind of stuff drives me.
As it should. But that's kind of what we're looking at here. There are some teams in here you're kind of curious to see how things play out for.
Well, we'll know in a few hours. That's the sad part.
Yeah, 5:00 will tell us. You got UC San Diego that won their conference. So they're definitely in. That's one of those outside the Big West, smaller conferences. Not even really considered like mid-major, if you want to say. Beat VCU, helped Dayton, but I still think they're so far behind. But these are the teams that could, if you see one of these teams pop up over Carolina, it'll piss you off, right? Like San Diego State, UAB. Well, UAB could still win the
can still win their conference. So
yeah, they can still win the A-10 or whatever it's called. Dayton, got San Francisco, North Texas, Bradley, UC San Diego is definitely in. We already said that. Like UC Irvin, those are the teams you don't want to see in. Just because they, like I said, they haven't necessarily played the same type schedule, right?
Well, so I'm sitting here looking at like San Diego State. It's like, like they got to win against Creighton. They got to win against Houston. That's still more quad one wins than Carolina.
Yeah,
still more. Granted, it's only one, but it's still more.
All right, so brackets come out tonight. We've kind of covered a lot of what's going to happen, what teams should be in, hopefully what other teams we see in, and things like that. Who do you think? Give me 3 teams that you'll take against the field.
3 teams against the field. Right now, I love the way Florida's playing.
Yeah.
Love the way they're playing. I think they're playing fantastic.
They agree.
They can beat anybody at any time at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I really like a healthy Duke team.
Tennessee's coming back, by the way, just a 5-point game.
Yeah. I like a healthy Duke. The only thing I worry about them is inexperience.
Mm-hmm.
But I like it. I like them. God, man. Honestly, Auburn, Alabama, hell, even Tennessee could do it.
You know what I'll say about Tennessee and Rick Barnes?
Oh, I know.
They're going to choke. They will choke. They always choke. That's Rick Barnes chokes.
I'm just saying.
It's going to happen. No, I'm telling you, overrated. Overrated. They are a good team. They're going to choke. They can't do it. They're not going to be able to do it.
They might.
Nope. Won't happen. Mm-mm.
I don't know.
If they make a Final Four, I will be shocked. Well, I will be shocked. No, I'm writing them off in the Sweet 16 Elite 8. This is what happens to Tennessee. That's what happens to them in basketball. That's Tennessee.
Yeah,
that's what's going to happen. I promise.
I think
now Florida looks like the best team in the country.
Florida looks good.
Florida's in my 3. I like Bama. Bama has the firepower to do it. I don't like the fact that they haven't been able to put 2 games back to back together. Because, I mean, they go out and beat the shit out of Kentucky. Granted, Kentucky was injury riddled. But then they let Florida just shit on them. Like, dude, you got to put 2 games together back to back. I know it's back to back nights and in the NCAA it's 2 and 3 days, but still got to get it together.
Got to get it together, yeah.
That's not promising to me. I think Bama could. I hate to say it, but I think Duke could be because just Duke has the firepower to do it.
They've got what I think Duke lacks is experience.
Yeah,
what I really think. But they start a lot of young guys. They count on a lot of young guys.
The young talent. I've seen it with Kentucky in the past and things like that. It's really hard to do it with freshmen.
But what I liked is that without their 2 young guys, they still toughed out an ACC win. Shows you how down the ACC is, if you really want to be honest.
Well, that's what I was saying before all this. I was like, the ACC is really down because Duke, without their best player, still took it home. I mean, it says Duke a lot about the team, too. The team stepped up in his absence and took care of business, right? But at the same time, it's like, dude, how bad is this conference?
I mean, it's Duke without their all-world freshman who probably should have
generational talent guy. Yeah.
He should have been an ACC Player of the Year, and I don't know why they shit on him on that. He should have had he should have had it all.
Oh, unanimous across the board in the ACC.
I mean, he should have been Freshman of the Year, Player of the Year, and Defensive Player of the Year. I mean,
why not? Dude was good. He's very Anthony Davis-esque in that regard.
I don't know. I talked a lot about Cooper Flagg over the weekend, and my biggest comeback is I like his stuff, but if he really means what he says, I need to see him next year in a Duke uniform.
Oh, like bring the hate back?
Yeah,
to
he
Duke?
wants to bring the Duke hate back.
He can't. We said that at the beginning of the year when we talked about that quote. We were talking about you can't only be there for a year and bring it back.
That's it.
Like, I thought John Shire might be able to do it from the bench, but he's kind of likable on the sideline.
He's a good coach.
Yeah, it's really hard to like just hate the guy. So it's like, I don't really hate that Duke. They don't piss me off like they used to.
The rivalry has changed for me.
Well, yeah, why wouldn't it have?
The landscape of college sports has changed.
Well, that aids it, and by aiding it, I mean like changing the way a lot of guys that like us, that, really used to be super diehard in the college basketball, and it's kind of like just been kind of pushed off a little bit. Like I don't feel the same passion for the sport that I did 10 years ago.
No, I don't have it either. And
I still watch, but I mean, at the same time, I'm not, I don't get upset by a lot of stuff. And I don't know if that's the Coach Cal effect on me. Like I'm used to being lit down by that man. And so like at this point, do I get built back in? And I had to a certain extent, but like these injuries, these late ass games. I mean, Kentucky's game against Oklahoma didn't end until like 1:30 in the morning. Like, come on, man. Hey, I'm an old ass man on Thursday night. I got to go to work on Friday. Like,
you ain't got to tell me, brother.
Dude.
You ain't got to tell me. I know all about it.
I can't watch that game.
I can't.
And then I started watching the next one, but I mean, we were gassed. Yeah, I mean, guys that weren't supposed to be playing the minutes they're playing are playing, and they got housed in the second half. And I mean, I can't be upset with them because, we're playing freshmen that weren't expected to contribute like this.
Yeah.
So
what got me is I'm watching the games yesterday, and I see like the Houston game is on at like early, and I'm like, why is like a Midwest game on like before the East Coast game?
Exactly.
Like, I'm so confused. What's going on here?
No, that's the thing, though. They know the Kentuckys. They know the Dukes. They know the Carolinas. They know the Kansases. The fan bases will watch till 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah. I want to watch. I just
I want
can't.
to. My body would hate me the next.
Yeah, I'm with you, buddy.
I'm old now. It's not the same.
I
ain't 20-something anymore, man. I can't do it.
I am with you, man. You ain't got to tell me.
Like, I even thought about it. Like, I was watching them warming up, and it was like a little bit after 10:30 on Thursday night. And I was turning on, lay down in bed. Didn't even see the tip off. Just woke up and heard about the great ending and how that game, when Kentucky tried to blow it, they were up 11 with a minute and a half left and tried to fucking lose that one. But I mean, that's the way the sport's gone, though, because you don't grow with the players anymore, right?
No,
you don't get to see guys develop and become, what you watch in 4 years.
You're not seeing Tyler Hansborough again.
No, you're not
seeing that. You're not going to see
you're
a guy
seeing the growth of a player at your program now. It's all about the money, which I don't fault guys for that at all. I get it. You got a limited window to make that money. Who knows when it can end? And it's, life-changing money. So you're going to do whatever's best for you, as you should. And you shouldn't have the loyalty to my program, your program, or anybody else's program based upon that.
Yeah, I get it. I understand the money aspect of it.
But it's more
I don't like the money aspect of it.
Right, and I agree. So that's why I liked your idea, in the past about having contracts. And you come here, it's not just a 1-year deal. You're telling me 2, 3, 4 years.
Yeah.
We're going to pay you this amount. And then there's incentives based upon your performance. And there's buyout clauses.
Yeah.
You can buy out to enter the draft if you want to.
Well, like I don't
so
think
that's cool. I don't think we should restrict you from entering the draft based on if you have that leap from year 1 to year 2 or year 2 to year 3, and now all of a sudden your stock was bottom of the second round. Now you're a lottery pick.
Yeah.
We shouldn't hold you to that, but there should be a buyout because I was relying on you to be here 3 years. Now you're only showing me 2.
Well, here's the thing. I don't care about the going pro aspect. I don't. I mean, honestly,
It's more of the transfer out aspect.
Yeah, it's more the transfer aspect.
I get that too, because
Like,
this guy's chasing money. But again, it's tough to really fault them for doing that because they have the ability to do it. They're showcasing their talent for this school and this program that they should be able to bring in the amount of money that's going to, anybody wants to give them.
Yeah, but where it's going to go, it's going to end up just, I mean, look at the kid next year. The number 1 guy going to BYU.
$7 million.
That's crazy. And that's just from the school, I think, right? That's not endorsements and everything.
It is donors and
boosters.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's still the school.
But
It's actually one booster. It's the owner of the Utah Jazz and the Utah Hockey Club.
Hey, he wants him there. And the thing is like Utah could end up being bad enough to could draft a guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Lord. Poor Cooper. That is not, I wouldn't want to be in Utah.
Who would?
But yeah, I just don't, the loyalty aspect, I understand that the landscape has changed. But I don't like the transfer. Like, I get it. You should be able to leave. If your coach can take a job every year, you should be able to do something too. But at the same time, it's aggravating. I mean, it's just aggravating. It's aggravating in all aspects of college sports. Because, like, not only do you get, like, the guys transferring from big school to big school, but you essentially have the big schools going in and poaching all the talent from, all the good talent from, these mid-majors.
Well, yeah,
a group of,
those are the guys that, that you wanted at your program year 1, right?
Yeah.
You wanted us to go out and get the 3-star, 4-star guy.
Let him
He's
develop.
still a couple years away. Let's watch him develop. Now the practice is you can go play for a mid-major for, a year or 2. Call me when you improve. Yeah. I'm not developing you.
But if somebody
go
else
develop yourself where you're going to get clock. I don't want you sitting on my bench and, getting better over time. Go get the experience and then bring the experience with you. Because you don't have the experience if you stay here. You're not going to get it because I got so many other guys out here that deserve the playing time over you. And I mean, that sucks. But, I mean, it comes back to money too. Because that 3-star guy is going to make a substantial amount more money playing in the starting 5 group for, Loyola Chicago, instead of going to Ohio State
and sitting on the bench
and riding the bench.
Yep.
So it's just the aspect of basketball, college basketball. It's like, at least like college football really hasn't changed. That's going to stay the same.
It's going to stay, but the transfers are going to be.
The transfers are a little obnoxious and they need to reel those in. I get it. But like the landscape of college football really hasn't changed. It's college basketball because it's so individualized at that level because there's only 5 guys on the floor at one time for a team. 1
or 2 guys can change your entire team.
Exactly. So 1 or 2 guys aren't really changing the face of your football program.
No.
Unless it's a quarterback, that's it. So that's why I think that has contributed to where we're at least in college basketball.
It is.
I'll tell you, all the transfer talk and the landscape of college basketball I need a good feel,
Good feels?
Yeah, man, get some good feels. It's Good Feels is a cannabis seltzer from getgoodfeels.com. They offer a new era of refreshment crafted with high-quality natural ingredients. These beverages provide a consistent, enjoyable, uplifting experience perfect for any occasion. You can enjoy a discount. Use a Jab of the Pod as the promo code when you go to checkout is 20%. Check them out. Give them when you need a good feel, you need to relax. They get good feels.
Let's get it.
Yeah. Moving forward, we are right smack dab in the middle of free agency in the NFL. And we got the draft coming up next month. There's so much with football that's happening still in the season over.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it because go Birds. Super Bowl champs. Just throw it out there every time I can.
As you should.
I got it for a year. At least a year. Hopefully, I can say repeat champs.
Maybe.
No, I mean, it's going to take a lot. You know, it's a difficult task to do that. So, we'll see. Looking at free agency so far, we'll start with the Birds, really. Why not? The Birds, they win the Super Bowl and a lot of their talent's out the door. As expected. That's what happens when you win a Super Bowl. You're going to lose coordinators. You're going to lose coaches. You're going to lose players that you're just not necessarily going to be able to afford because those guys had to step up their game and they earned a paycheck stepping up their game. Mekhi Becton.
Yep.
Gone to the Chargers. Understood. And you know what? That one doesn't bother me so much because we have Stoutland as our O-line coordinator and run game coordinator. That guy is going to take whoever we get.
And it'll mold right in.
And mold him into a beast on the line. And if even we had to go out and draft him. But what we did was we traded CJ Strange move. That is the strangest move of our offseason. Because he's just a dog on the defense. He runs his mouth a little bit. I love it. He has great energy. And it was just a shocking move to let him.
Yeah, I saw that, and I'm like,
that trade. I mean, the trade only saved like $220,000 against the cap. It didn't make sense. The only thing is the rumblings of a locker room issue. But if you're going to let a guy like Darius Slay be the reason you let go of a top flight safety like that, I just don't understand it. And the thing is, you're not bringing back either one of these guys, or at least it doesn't look like. There's been talks that Slay signed with Pittsburgh. There's been talks they haven't done anything yet. So I don't know where that stands. But if he's not confirmed to be playing for the Birds next year, then you don't make a move like that just because you had beef with CJ.
Yeah. You gotta wait a second on that one.
Yeah. I think you let that one play out before you make that trade. It's not like that trade's not available to you later.
Yeah.
But yeah, CJ gonna miss that dude. I loved him at safety. But you gotta trust in what Howie Roseman can do. We'll you go back, let's look at the line. Milton Williams is gone as expected. You're just not gonna be able to afford that guy. Even if you wanted to sign him, which you probably could, bring him in on a deal. The thing is, you got to be prepared to pay Jalen Carter when that time comes. And that's not a way to set yourself up to pay Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter is going to get a bank. They're going to back up a Brinks truck to that man's door. And he's earning every dollar.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, he's still got 2 years with him?
Yeah.
3?
Yeah, you'll probably renegotiate after year 4, so makes sense. And you're probably going to have to pay Jordan Davis some money. And not as much as I probably was expecting to have to pay him, but
you're paying him.
You're going to pay him. So you'll have the homegrown guys you want to keep around. Milton Williams was a homegrown guy, but it's just a guy that you're not going to be able to hold on to knowing about the contracts that are coming up. So you did, Milton Williams is gone, and that's fine. Josh Sweat's gone. The thing a lot of people don't understand is when you have a guy like Jalen Carter that attracts double teams, triple teams, chips, whatever you want to call it, right? It makes everybody else look that much better.
Yeah. Yeah, right? Because you're getting the single team. You're they're not thinking about me.
Mm-hmm. They're thinking about Jalen Carter. They game plan for him. They don't game plan for Josh Sweat. They don't game plan for Milton Williams.
Nope.
You still have a job to do. You're still good at your job, but they don't game plan for you.
No, they do
Now
not.
you might go somewhere else. Now you're the best D lineman. Now they're game planning for you. They game planning for Jalen Carter.
Ooh.
So now your stats might not be the same. But here's the thing. You're going to get paid and you deserve it. And, you know, I am perfectly fine with that. So I think we're doing fine. We got a lot of young guys. Jalen Hunt's there. He had a pretty damn good Super Bowl. Ajumo had good pressure rates all year. I like the young guys to come in and fill, and plus you got a draft coming up. You could fill that with some spots here. So
yeah,
but yeah, you're looking at those. They go off. They've done a couple of good things. They went and grabbed a former first rounder from Houston in that trade with CJ, who's been performing at the bottom level of all O linemen, but it's kind of expected sometimes. And the thing is, Mekhi Becton was the same way, and look at what he turned into.
he was a reclamation project.
Yeah, so you're kind of looking at this at the same with through the same lenses and hoping you get the same kind of result.
Same kind of yep.
So I like the Birds' direction. Really, outside of the CJ move, I can't complain too much. Extended Barkley, didn't know why that was a necessity, but okay, it's fine. It's very friendly against the cap too. So
yeah, it had the ability to move money around and stuff.
Yeah, so it did some favors for the roster as well.
That wasn't a surprise move, and I think the crazier move was the fact that the Giants gave which wide receiver was Darius Slayton essentially the money that Saquon wanted last year.
Yeah,
essentially the same amount of money. You give it to a mediocre wide receiver, but you wouldn't give it to the best back in the league.
Who proved it? I mean, he was the face of your franchise for years.
Yeah.
Now you're chewing on Daniel Jones' deal still. They're in cap hell.
Well, it's that and fucking. You should have just.
I mean, you watched him go get a Super Bowl.
You watched him go to your division rival
and win him a Super Bowl.
Yes. So I don't know. It's just really, really, really just odd.
You can't draw that shit up better though.
No, that I don't know how Dayball and actually I don't mind Dayball. I don't think Dayball's a bad coach. I think their general manager is just awful.
I mean, if you didn't see it in Hard Knocks, I don't know what else you could ask for.
I don't know how that guy still has a job. Like,
after the way last year went, you gotta imagine that had to be a talking. He did something to save his life.
Yeah. I don't know what.
Yeah.
I don't know what he possibly could have done.
All right, so let's talk about some other moves. I know I can go on about Birds, but I stay in. And there's Super Bowl champs. We want to know what happened to the Super Bowl champs. Saw DK Metcalf get moved.
Yeah.
Strange move.
I thought it was a really strange move.
I figured you'd want to go get your quarterback.
And then we'll worry about weapons.
Then we'll make sure we still have the weapons in place. But then they move DK Metcalf, and then they go off and let go of the quarterback. And then they bring in Sam Darnold. And the thing is, you just paid Geno not too long ago, but you deal him to the Raiders. This is after moving DK.
Yeah. And they were talking about moving Lockett, too.
Right. And I'm just, you have a good core on the offensive side. I mean, outside of that, the O-line needs a little bit of restructuring.
A little bit.
But you were okay with Geno. You signed Geno to a deal. This year didn't go as well. And then you move a guy that could potentially keep Sam Darnold at the same pace that he was this year.
Yeah.
But now you move DK. Now he's relying on Tyler Lockett and Smith and Jigba.
Yeah.
And I think Njigba is is a rising star. He's just not there yet. He's not Justin Jefferson.
No, he's not. He's not Justin Jefferson. He's not Jamar Chase.
No.
He's not one of those guys.
DK Metcalf can be in the right system. He's still young enough, and he's still got the talent to go out and beat dudes. I mean, essentially, DK Metcalf is A.J. Brown without a quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly what he is.
It's exactly what he is.
Exactly what he is.
And so you could get that kind of level production from the guy. And I don't know. You just the reason Sam Darnold was so good were the two wideouts he was throwing the football to.
That's it. That's exactly why he was so good.
And you can't tell me that Lockett and Smith and Jigba are on the level of Jefferson and damn it, lost his name.
Who? DK?
No, the number 2 in Minnesota.
Addison.
Addison, yeah, sorry. There it is. USC. You can't tell me that those two are better. No. Jefferson and Addison are way better weapons.
What do they give for
Metcalf? Doesn't make sense.
They give up for Metcalf.
Was it a 3rd and a 5th?
Dude, I like that signing too. I like Deontay Jackson to the Chargers.
Mm-hmm. And you saw Laramie Tunsil got moved to the Commanders.
I like that one.
Yeah, Washington needs to improve protection for Jaden, and that's a good move in the right direction.
Yes, it is.
I don't like the move, but that's only because they're a rival. I will say I love all the moves Dallas has done, which is none. Fantastic.
Nothing. I read something over the weekend, and I had to go back and look it up because I think there's no way this is right. The last free agent the Cowboys signed, any kind of contract worth more than $6 million, was God. I'm having a brain fart.
Hold on, let me take a guess at this. Not as far back as T.O., is it?
Not T.O.
Okay.
It's not that far back.
How many years ago?
It's a few years, but it's not that far back.
Gilmore?
No. I feel like Gilmore got a deal too, but I don't think his was that big either.
Yeah.
Because you got an aging Gilmore at that point.
Well, yeah, that's true. All right, who was it?
Greg Hardy.
Oh, shit, that's still a long time ago.
I mean, they don't sign free agents. They just don't.
They don't. No, you're right.
I mean, I'll give them props for trying to draft and develop and keep everything in-house. Good on them. But, hey, you got to start drafting guys.
Yeah.
Like, how about a running back of some kind? Or number 2 wide receiver, maybe? What happened when you used to draft all those offensive linemen in the first couple of rounds? That went away pretty quick, too.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's where they're at. I didn't realize Evan Ingram signed with the Broncos, too.
Mm-hmm.
I like that move.
We saw that no one's talking to that bitch. Justin Fields with the Jets.
I like it. I like it. I kind of like it.
It doesn't make sense, though. The Steelers had the upper hand here, right? And he started the year well with Pittsburgh. And now you want to go back to Russ, or you want to even
Aaron Rodgers?
Think about Aaron Rodgers?
I don't like it.
Why?
I don't like it.
I mean, Pittsburgh's not usually the team that makes these kind of boneheaded mistakes. But it
but they're making it.
But they're doing it now. And I don't know what they just watching like old tape on Aaron Rodgers and think that's the same one they're getting. I don't. I mean, there was nothing that he did productively this year that made me say starting quarterback.
No, there was nothing. I mean, he played okay.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
The Jets honestly should have never fired Robert Saleh.
It wasn't his fault. It wasn't his problem. That wasn't the issue.
No,
We saw what that was.
But they made it his problem.
Well, yeah, I mean, someone's got to go, and usually the coach is the first one.
Awful. And what the sad part is, before the Saleh firing, our defense was one of the best in the league.
Mm-hmm.
After the firing,
the defense was like, nope, we're done.
Yep.
Y'all shit on my coach. I'm shitting on y'all.
I know. I kind of feel like the defense did that.
Exactly. You didn't have the guy that they loved and respected and wanted to play for.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you're here.
And where'd he end up? Dude, somebody signed him as their DC.
I don't know. Someone got a hell of a deal on a DC, whoever it was. Yeah, but Justin Fields of the Jets, I feel like he should be the starting quarterback for the Steelers and just call it a day. I mean, you traded for that guy. You got rid of draft equity for him, and now you just let him walk, and it doesn't make sense to me why you would do something like that. This is almost as boneheaded as what Seattle did and let Geno Smith walk for Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
Well, you just stick with Geno. You're not going to see anything different. It's not going to improve.
Yeah.
And then another signing, Daniel Jones to the Colts, backing up Anthony Richardson, I guess.
No, apparently they're going into it as a QB battle.
Well, we already know who's going to win that one.
Daniel Jones.
If that happens, dude, I would die laughing.
I would argue that Daniel Jones is a much better passer than Anthony Richards.
Oh, I don't know.
And I say much better, but it's not a lot. But you have to build. I will
say, Daniel Jones will actually get a legit shot playing behind a better O line here.
Yes,
so
and he does have some weapons. Some.
Let's see. What was it? Joey Bosa got released and ends up with the Bills. If he can stay healthy, that's good for the Bills.
I like it.
The only problem is May can't stay healthy.
He's a beast and just can't stay healthy.
Yeah. Devontae Adams went back to LA where he wanted to be. I
like that move.
For the Rams? I mean, they let Kupp go, so they got you got two good ass wide receivers.
That's an upgrade.
It is. I agree. Yeah, because Coop was aging. Kupp was aging. Kupp, whatever. Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
Kupp's in Seattle.
Yep. Kind of forgot. You forget that, but he's
not going to make me say that I like that wide receiving core more than I like the one in Minnesota.
Yeah, I would have
3 years ago. Sure, I'd be like, "Whoa, this is a move."
Yeah.
Now,
yeah. The Devontae Adams to the Rams
it could be impressive.
That's just scary sounding.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see how well that works. But yeah, ultimately, he was with the Raiders to be closer to home. He likes to be in LA.
Yeah,
this is weird. So makes sense. You got DJ Reed went to the Lions. And like I mentioned earlier, Josh Sweat was gone. He went to Arizona. Yep. And Milton Williams, New England. Like I said, those two teams now have they're great. Hey, Jalen Carter.
No, they're not.
They're not. I hope they have great success there unless they play the Birds. Let's put it that way.
They'll get more attention.
Well, they got paid. And they should get paid. I agree. But you're going to get more attention there. Your job became much harder.
I'm just waiting for one of these guys. These guys that can command like so much money. Be like, hey, look, I don't need all that. Give me this. Give me this
much. Go
sign
my buddy. Go sign this.
Give me this much. But on the money you're saving on me, I want this guy and that guy. Let's improve these spots with me.
Needs to be invested here.
Yeah.
You make this move, I'll take this cut, right?
Yeah.
I agree. That's the ultimate.
I mean, guys have that.
You have that pool. Yeah. If you're telling me you're going to take $5 million less a year so we can go out and get, X, Y, and Z. Yeah. I'll do it. I'll do that.
Yeah. Well,
why not give me $5 million in cap space?
Well, that goes back to, but it's got to be, if you're going to have a group buy in, you got to have the whole
group's got to buy in.
The whole group's got to buy in.
A majority of the group, right? You can let the other guys walk because you got it. It's just as long as you have a plan in place. I have no idea where Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson are going to land. Who knows?
Now,
not too concerned about
talking about the Giants are involved in it. I've seen stuff where, and I don't really believe this, but Aaron Rodgers in Minnesota.
Yeah, I saw that too.
And I'm just like, come on, man.
I've already seen this one before.
You go to Minnesota. It is straight up deja vu.
Yeah. Especially if he goes and almost wins the Super Bowl there. Which that won't happen.
Have you seen the tweet that somebody was genius about it, and it was like talking about Aaron Rodgers going to like Minnesota, and now he's looking at like welfare stuff in Mississippi.
Oh yeah, I saw that. You sent it to me. That was awesome.
And the Brett Favre response, "Man, that's fire! Now you just start firing off dick pics, and you're good."
Start firing off dick pics.
I saw that. I was like, "Oh my Lord, that is great."
That one is good.
Just creative mind.
Oh yeah, AJ Dillon signed with the Birds,
claiming that he can squat 700 pounds. I saw.
Yeah, I like to see the squat off between him and Barkley.
Dillon.
I mean, they're both pretty like just stout.
Yeah.
No, that'd be interesting to see. Basically have two running backs very similar in style, in the way they run.
I feel like
we lost Kenny Gainwell, which
huge loss.
It is to me and my buddies because we fucking love Gainwell because we could curse him every time we would start talking shit about him. He'd start playing well, so he became Kenny fucking Gainwell to me, Josh, and Mike, and that's how we talked about him. So now we lost KFG, as we have nicknamed him. It's like Kenny fucking Gainwell every fucking time.
Wow.
But no, I mean it's so he's more of an inside joke for us, but he was a good change of pace back, and he contributed to the Super Bowl win as well. So I'll miss Kenny Gainwell for sure. But you guys
can always go get Miles Sanders again.
Dude, no thanks. On the greater scheme of things, though, it's not that big of a loss. But I will always love me some KFG.
You got a ring?
Got one. Let's go.
You got one.
There's Miles Sanders.
Yeah.
I think Miles. No, he might have come in right after. Actually,
all I know is Miles got released by Carolina.
He did. I mean, when your backup is doing better, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, Chuba, they paid Chuba, and Chuba actually played very well this year.
Yeah. You see Jordan Mason's on the move from San Francisco to Minnesota.
Yep, I saw that.
That's interesting.
Gives them a nice little tandem between Aaron Jones and him.
Mm-hmm.
When Aaron Jones inevitably gets hurt.
Oh, the Cowboys signed Paris Campbell from the Birds.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think he didn't play. I'm pretty sure he might have been out there when Kenny Pickett was out there during the Super Bowl. Maybe. I can't tell you a good moment from Paris Campbell.
Can't tell you a good moment from Dallas.
It wasn't that meaningful if he had one.
I've been listening to a lot of things. I kind of agree with some of the stuff I've been hearing. Talking about if Dallas is closer to a full rebuild than they are winning a Super Bowl.
Absolutely. That's very true.
And, there's people.
I'm telling you, Florida won. No. Dallas, don't tell a Dallas fan that, though, because next year they're winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
According to them, they're winning the Super Bowl.
Well, what I've been hearing and what I see, and like there are people saying that they should trade Micah Parsons and load up on picks.
Why not? If you're going to go to a rebuild, why not get the most you can get out of a guy right now, which would be Micah?
What, three first-round picks?
I'd say that's where you start the bargaining. Yeah, worst case, you get 2 firsts, 2 seconds.
I saw some ridiculous.
I mean, that's huge. I mean, because he's going to change your defense that much.
Yeah. I saw somebody, can't remember, was 2 first, 2 second, and a third on like another year. And I'm just like, that's insane.
Well, that's what you were looking at if you're going to trade for Myles Garrett. You're coming in with 2 firsts, 2 seconds.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a very similar scenario with Michael Parsons, although Michael Parsons is younger, so it makes more sense.
It's Garrett though. I thought he had it. I thought he had it right.
He did.
He had it right. He had it right for his pocketbook. That's all he was looking for.
I don't know if that really was. I just think it became so much fucking money that it was like, I guess I just won't win a Super Bowl.
I guess.
It's okay. I'll be fine. I'll just stay here.
I'll just take my $40 million a year and I'll go sit in the corner.
Yeah. It's like, that's a lot of.
Can I still hit Mason Rudolph in the head with a helmet?
Well, that kind of money is going to change your mind about like,
oh God, yeah.
Does it really matter if I win a Super Bowl? I'm still going to make the Hall of Fame and I'm going to be fucking loaded.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's because you're not going to get that deal that he got
anywhere else
because you're only getting that amount of money because the compensation is the compensation here. There wasn't a trade of all these assets in order to acquire you first.
Yep.
So now you are the richest non-quarterback in history, which is what Micah Parsons is going to demand.
Yeah.
Now that level's been set, and Micah Parsons is going to take it there.
Yeah, he's like, oh, well, now I need this.
And if Dallas wants to wrap their entire
cap in three
dudes, I mean, go for it, but you're not going to win.
I mean, I
think, and I think it's not like the Eagles are going to go get him. So I'm not advocating it for it because the Eagles can get him because we're not going to be able to afford Micah Parsons either. But you trade Micah Parsons so you can get the most you can and then start over. Yeah. Because you're already locked in to Dak. You're locked into Dak. Unless you're going to make the same move the Eagles did with Wentz. You're going to make the same move that
yeah, but there's a difference between the Eagles move with Wentz and the Eagles move with Dak. We're talking $30 million to $60 million.
Well, I know, I understand, but Deshaun Watson move almost. You know, like you're talking about this kind of money, and do you eat it? Because I mean, if you do, you're still going to be tied to finding a way to pay Micah and be able to keep legitimate talent around these guys.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you miss on draft picks, you're going to be bad. So the draft picks have to hit, and you don't even have a running back on the fucking roster.
Nope. Because even Dowdle moved along.
They did get Miles Sanders.
So they still don't have a running back on the roster.
Exactly.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. I did see that Juju is coming back to the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Man, the Chiefs need to get their wide receiver room together.
Oh, yeah. Who was it? Worthy? They just
domestic violence?
Yeah.
Come on. Domestic assault or something like that.
Lose the Super Bowl and then do this shit? Good job, buddy. Really killing it out there.
Yeah. Get ready to sit on the bit trade games. Oh, probably 6.
6 to 8. Oh, sounds reasonable.
Yeah, it's going to be what it's going to be. Lord, they got problems. Like, they don't have enough problems at wide receiver. See, they should have went out and got DK.
I mean, for that, the thing was you got to sign him. And Pittsburgh did sign him.
Pittsburgh did sign him.
I don't know if the Chiefs really have the cap room for a high dollar wide receiver like that.
Who are they paying?
Mahomes, Chris Jones,
and
Kelsey's the highest paid tight end or second highest paid tight end.
Okay.
Who's that?
McDuffie?
Yeah, McDuffie. McDuffie's got a pretty good chunk, I'm pretty sure. O-line. I mean, somebody on the O-line's making cheese.
Well, they just traded some guys.
Yeah, no. I don't know. Maybe they got a plan. Who knows? I don't care. Fuck 'em. Fuck the Chiefs.
I know you don't care. I'm just saying, how does that guy, I know you're planning on Rice coming back and stuff like that, but
I'll tell you, you can go out and get a Stephon Diggs or Amari Cooper. They're both free agents right now.
Yeah. Aging free agents, but yeah, you can get them.
Cooper Rush should go be the backup in Baltimore.
I know.
You said that earlier, I think.
Yep, I did. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, ooh, weird. It's going to be a completely different style of offense when Cooper Rush is in.
Yeah.
It's going to be here, Derek. Ooh, Lord. Just don't know. What else you got? What else you got today?
Really, I don't feel like. I mean, we covered what's important now. You got the draft coming up.
Yeah, we got the draft coming up. We're gonna.
There's some talks out there that one of our favorite guests could be back. Big Job Bob.
Can't wait. I love Big Job Bob.
Yes. Yeah, and we had him around for the draft last year, and I think again this year we will have Bob back.
I think he's been at every draft.
Yeah, we do talk draft with Bob. Bob loves it. And Bob talked to Bob last week about it, so we could probably make some moves here soon to get that happening. Get the ball rolling.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
So
Damn.
Our draft preview episode should come to you probably right around the start of season 3 of all these podcasts now.
Woo.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, we're
moving along.
Yeah, take it to season 3. So we will move in that direction, and hopefully that will kick off our season 3. Will be NFL draft preview, especially when we get a little bit more intel on it. We really got to dig in a little.
Yeah,
what we probably have so far.
I mean, I watched a little bit of the combine. There was some interesting stuff going on there, and there was guys that really hurt themselves too.
No.
Oof.
Well, that's what we'll dig into. Those are the things we're going to dig into.
But first, we really need to dig into.
What was that?
Some Big Fork brands.
Big Fork brands, yeah, man.
Pork
Tell me about
jerky.
It. I hear you.
And they are a Chicago family-owned business. Crafts the finest burgers and hot dog sauces, along with bacon sausage and paleo-friendly treats.
Treats, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You talking to me like I'm a dog right now?
No, that's meat sticks and stuff like that, brother.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know.
What's up, Bears?
Yeah, whatever. But, yeah. Big Fork. Go to bigfork.com. Use the promo code JABOTHEPOD for a 20% listener discount. And enjoy you some fine, tasty treats.
That's what we're talking about, man. We're all about that. Give me that. Yeah. All the types of jerky.
Yeah, I'm down. I was looking at the stuff earlier. Got some.
Yeah, you got bacon sausage. You got like hot dog sauce, some pork jerky and things like that from there.
Got crap pork jerky in 3 different flavors: original, maple, and spicy 3-pepper. Which sounds delicious to me.
Yeah, Big Fork brands.
Man, I want some of that. Man.
BigForkBrands.com.
Man, I want some of them.
What was the promo code? Did you tell them?
Jabbo the Pod.
Yeah. That's the only promo code. Use it.
Yep. With a 20% disc.
Exactly. Oh, you got the Players Tournament, this Players Championship this weekend, right?
Yes, we do.
Looks like there's a lightning delay right now. Roy's leading the way. Don't talk much golf around here, but
I love that course.
Yeah.
I used to be a huge Tiger Woods golf guy.
Mm-hmm.
Played it all the time. We had buddies. We'd do skins games all the time. We'd run I had roommates where we'd run over the weekend skins games where we'd keep up with it for rounds at a time. We'd end up trading out $5 or $6 by the time it was all over.
Nice.
Yeah, it was just tight.
Not bad though. I mean, it's because it keeps it competitive, right?
Yeah. We got to the point that if we screwed, you knew you screwed up if you missed a shot. Oh, damn it.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, this isn't good. I missed the green. It's going to cost me. That's a stroke right there. But yeah, no, I had a blast. That kind of stuff. Yeah, man, we don't talk golf at all. I got people wanting us to go play.
Yeah, well, we got a hockey game coming up.
We do have a hockey game. Couple of weeks. I'm ready.
Me too, man. This is gonna be fun.
I'm ready. See, in March y'all play, right? Isn't that who I said?
Yeah, they playing the Canadians.
We'll see how the Canadians travel. We do know our Red Wing guy that was listening that Detroit fans do travel.
They do. Yeah, we saw them play the Red Wings last year. Hurricanes did win, but Red Wings were showing out.
Dude, the hotel we were in was full.
They were full Red Wings fans. It was crazy.
Just a regular season game.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, right smack dab in the middle of March, too.
I know.
Nothing.
Yeah, all right.
Or February, probably last year.
Yeah, I think it was February last year.
Yeah. Another thing coming up soon is opening day in baseball. I think it's Thursday, March 27th, if I'm not mistaken.
It is.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like having the highest payroll in baseball and still probably not going to win your division.
Calm down.
Yeah, I know you are.
Well, we have similar payrolls.
I know, but you guys expect to win. I expect to lose. That's what we do.
They were good last year.
I still think to this day, I don't care how far they got. I still say they should have
been. They
should have been sellers.
They were in the World Series,
and they got smoked.
Oh,
they got smoked.
No, they weren't in the World Series. They were in the pennant.
Yeah, they're in the National League pennant.
NLCS,
and they got smoked.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot. LA won it last year.
They should have been sellers.
How when you saw what they did at the end of the year?
All right, man. I don't count on that stuff. I don't count on it. You know me and my negativity towards the Mets. Even though they're my team, I expect them not to be good.
Well, like I said, with the Mets, you'll get some new gear if you really cared. You go to Old Glory. They got a lot of sports fan stuff. They got some Mets gear for you over there at Old Glory.
Oh, I'm looking it out right now.
OldGlory.com. You go there. They offer over 300,000 items from music, sports, entertainment, pop culture, featuring officially licensed merch from iconic bands and top sports teams. Discover your perfect fan gear and save with our discount. You get Jabbo the Pod in the promo box there. That's going to save you 15%. So get in there, get you some new gear for the baseball season.
Yup.
If you're a shitty Mets fan like Steve here is, they got stuff for you. And if you're a proud fanatic like me, you go get you some Philly gear. And then if you're one of those assholes in LA that, loves saving money, we got you a promo code. I don't know if you could defer the promo.
No, I think you get the promo instantly. You defer the actual payment.
Yeah, you can defer your payments. They might take a firm or some shit like that on the website. I don't know.
I like that one.
Defer your payments if you're a Dodgers fan.
That is right.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I'm excited for opening day too. Philly opens with Washington, so they're on the road. The Mets open at Houston. Interleague play right off the bat. Nice. Good deal.
Speaking of baseball,
yeah.
Did you see all the stuff about the hats this week?
What about the hats?
I think it was New Era.
Oh, wait. Nope. I saw them. Yeah. The Anaheim hat.
Well,
Says
and
anal.
And then the The Texas one that said titas.
Yeah, titas, which is titties in Spanish.
And the Oakland one that says ass.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty bad. That was not.
I can't believe they got that far into it.
I looked at those hats because the Phillies have one. I kind of like it.
There was a couple of them that I kind of like.
Yeah, some of them are okay, but yeah, the Anaheim one says anal.
I would 100% wear that one and the Texas one just because it's hilarious to me. Did you see people are trying to sell them online now for like $1,000 because they pulled them?
Oh, they pulled them.
They pulled them.
Oh, the guys that or the people that actually got them.
There's people that actually have that.
But I mean, like, here's the thing: there's quality control in New Era. I would assume, right? They look at all these hats. They're like, check. Hold on. Does it say ace? It says ace.
It does say ace.
It says ace. We got. Hold on. Can we redo this one?
It says ass.
Hold on. We got another one. What's this? Was this anal?
Oh,
no. Are you serious? Oh, my God. What are y'all doing?
The Astro says ass hose.
Ass.
It's ASH in the middle with the Houston logo. And then OS.
Oh, my God.
Like that somebody failed miserably.
Yeah, that quality control guy got fired.
At these jobs.
Yeah, there's no way you made these hats and then you throw them up there on the website saying, these are going to sell.
Yeah.
They did sell, just not for the same reason you thought they were.
Right?
Titas. Yeah, I mean, especially for a 5-letter word, a big T is going to be in the middle of that. Like, that was just.
Here's one for $188.
The titas?
Yep, the titas.
How about anal?
There's one for $25.
I got to figure. They're coming down now.
I feel like some of these are not the originals. Titas. Ooh, you can get the titas and the ash hose for $1,000. I got them in a pack. Lord.
Yeah, like, that's a huge mistake. They pull all of the teams or just the ones that look stupid?
I don't know if they pulled them all, but I know they pulled the Texans. Not Texans, but the Rangers. I think they pulled Oakland's. I think they pulled the Angels, and I think they pulled the Astros.
Okay.
But I just, like, what?
You got to be smarter about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you can get one of the ash hose ones for like $120, but I'm still not paying that for a hat. No matter what.
Yeah, I'm looking through the Texans stuff now. They don't have that hat on here anymore.
Where on the
New Era site?
Nope. I don't think they have any. I think they pulled that one, the Houston one. Just like, man, somebody failed at their job miserably.
Damn.
I'm trying to figure out how you didn't catch the titas way earlier.
Yeah, that one's pretty self-explanatory. Even if you don't know Spanish, like you can be like titas. Titties? Titties. Titas? I wonder what that means. Oh, it does mean titties in Spanish. Well.
I'm sitting here reading an article. Someone didn't check the meaning of what they were spelling out.
I mean, you figure like going through, you like as quality control, you've done shit like this before. So like something came across, it's like, hold on, how's that look? Let me write this in. Let me see. Let me Google this, right?
Some Hispanic lady that works for New Era came by and just happened to see it like, oh, no, you can't sell that. There was something
the other day and they were advertising a blue waffle. I was like, oh my God. Do not advertise it as a blue waffle.
No, never.
The QC's bad there. Like, yeah, it was like, I think it was Eggos or somebody. They had a blue waffle.
Gross.
I'm like, you can't advertise blue waffle.
No.
Know what that is? You're going to send a kid off to like Google this thing and then you're going to be like, oh my God.
Dude, the Oakland hat, I would wear that thing in a heartbeat too. It's pretty good looking. You should look that one up if you hadn't seen it. I
think
I guess they're not Oakland.
I think they pulled the design for all those hats because they don't even have the Phillies one anymore.
It's so funny. So good. It's by far pretty. It
is good.
The T-tops in that one is fantastic.
With vulgar logo mistakes.
It's ass hat.
They're risque.
Fantastic, buddy.
All right, let's see them. I got the picture of them all. All right. Boston is Bobin.
Bobbin. Bobbin. It's Bobbin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Assos is good, though. That one is good. The Anals.
Yeah, yeah. And the Asses is best. Asses is pretty good. Guess they're the Sacramento Asses for the moment, huh?
T-Dice.
Just, like, don't get it, man.
What was the other one?
Oakland. Or
Oakland.
yeah, or Sacramento or wherever they are.
No, that one's not bad. It says Adex.
Oh, this is the one I'm looking at.
Oh, that's an old hat. That's not the same style of hat, though. That one's funny. That does say ass.
It straight up says asses.
Yeah, it's not the same style hat.
Nah, but it's still.
But the asshose is good. Anals is good.
Yep. Yeah, I got them.
T-ties. Yeah, I'm looking at the other ones. There's not really much anything there.
No, those ones.
Arizona is Ariana. You got an Ariana Grande hat. Like the Cardinals looks weird too. It's like Car Styles.
I see it. Yeah, I got a picture of all of them up too.
And Miami's Mimi.
Mimi.
Yeah, if you haven't checked these out, you should definitely check them out. They're fucking awful.
They are terrible, buddy.
Detroit. Detroit.
I don't.
Yeah, who thought this was good? I get the concept behind it, but like, I mean, really, when you look at Anaheim's, it's bad.
No, yeah, the Anaheim one is bad.
Texas one does stand out too. Yeah.
Texas one stands out. Astros stands out. It's like, ew, come on.
Yeah. Pretty sure you're not finding these hats on oldglory.com.
No, you're not. I think they pulled them all.
Yeah, I think they pulled them all because I'm not seeing them anywhere. They're just like, nope, this collection's gone. Fair enough.
Makes you do want to, like, I can get one cheap. Hold on to it.
Yeah, that A's hat that you're talking about that says ass is from the year before.
I'm going to order one of them too. I'm going to find one of them.
Just why you got an ass hat on?
Because they ass.
The A's are ace. They're definitely ace.
Bet you they get good really quick once they get to Vegas.
Oh, yeah, you know that's going to happen. That's exactly what they're going to do is start pouring money into the team and make things happen.
Oh, well, they were like, oh, you're not really doing anything this year. And they went out and signed like one guy to like a big deal. Oh, yeah, we did. We signed such and such. Who accounts for like a third of your payroll.
Hey, whatever puts butts in the seats, man.
Butts and seats at a minor league stadium in Sacramento.
Exactly.
Gross.
All right, man. Well, it's been an episode. We'll go.
It has been an episode.
Right here. Cover a little bit of everything. Get ready for baseball. Go ahead and get you some jerky. Get you some new gear from all our sponsors. Get you something to drink. And just get ready for baseball season. I mean, we're covering all the board.
Yeah.
We got gear, drink, and food.
I know.
We're doing everything for these people.
Man, we could do the 9 and 9 with the
You want to do 999, huh?
Yeah, we can try to do the 9
9 beers, 9 dogs, 9 innings.
Yeah, we could get them. We'll get them from my Big Fork. We'll get the bacon sausages.
Let's go. Well, I will say that Christina said she wants us to do that on the podcast. I mean, it's
What?
a long podcast. It's like 2.5 hours.
A 999.
We can do the 999 on there. Like I said, me and Ryan did it last year.
You know
And
how awful
very
that's going to be for me.
It's not that bad. I will say the ninth inning, I got juicy jaw, but we don't have to chug every beer. Me and my brother chugged every beer at the beginning of the inning. So it was like we just fucking pounded Keystone real fast.
Yeah. I mean, that's not terrible.
Like, if you want to sip your beer throughout the inning, that's cool. Me and Ryan just wanted to kill it each time. And we were mixing stouts in there, too. So we
that's...
we upped the ante on the challenge there.
Nah, we got to do...
Put all different types of hot sauces and shit on our hot dogs.
Well, see, that's just me. Like,
you have to do that, though. Like, you can't just down 9 plain-ass dogs.
I know. I'm a chili cheese guy. And I'm just like, that's going to be awful for me.
You can start your day with one of those, but I promise you do not want to pound chili cheese dogs the whole night.
You ain't got to tell me. I know.
It's not good.
It ain't all night. It's 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I know. You be prepared for that, though. We'll bring that to them. I might even just do a quick recap of it. We'll record the whole thing. And then, for part of the episode, we'll kind of recap it. We'll edit the video. You can watch it, and we'll sit back and just kind of critique ourselves throughout the whole evening.
We'll sit back and do we'll make it on a Mets-Philly game.
Oh, yeah, we can look to see when that is. We're doing it when Zach Wheeler's going, though. Actually, I don't want to do it then. We should do it on a meaningless game.
A meaningless game?
Yeah, because you're paying so much attention to, like, do I need to drink beer now? Do I need to do this, do this? It's really hard to do it during a game you gave a shit about. Me and Ryan did it during like a Braves and Padres game.
Let's find us a A's White Sox game.
Boom. Like it. 2 shitties or the Rockies.
Rockies, yeah.
Rockies are good for shitties. Well, I mean, like I said, the 27th is when baseball opens up. We would plan one of these soon.
Let's see.
Because we can't do it the 27th because we're going to Raleigh the next day. That episode will be there. So let's look at the following weekend. We'll find a weekend in April because make sure none of us have anything going on. We'll find a Friday or Saturday night in April and we'll fucking watch random games.
April 15th, 16th, 17th. Oh, that's a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That ain't going to work.
No, like you got the 11th, 12th.
The 25th, 26th, 27th.
Yeah, I got to check my schedule first before I get in trouble.
No.
I like to double book shit a lot, and I get yelled at for
I'm just saying.
Not doing that.
That weekend is a White Sox Athletics matchup. I'm sure we can find a game. We can find that on TV.
Well, I have the extra innings package, so we can watch whatever game we want, man.
There we go, buddy.
Yeah. All right, so we'll line that up.
I will say the Friday night game. The Friday game is probably the no-go, though. It's a 10:05.
Ooh, yeah, you don't want to do that late. You got to have that 7 to 5. Even like if we got like a 1,
there's a 4:05.
4:05.
There's two 4:05s and a 10:05.
4:05's nice. We'll plan a 4:05.
It's just got to be. It's just got to be a weekend day.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to be able to recover from that.
Be bloated.
I will tell you, you're going to be bloated, and then the next day, like the amount of times you're going to shit. Rough.
Ah, man, that's my favorite pastime. I'm good.
I'm just telling you. Hot dogs aren't good for the butthole.
Yeah, I like that. We can do that. We can do that weekend. I'll cancel that one in. Dude,
we'll figure it out. But until next week, we will be coming. No, not next week. After next, we'll be coming at you from Raleigh. But sometime next week, we'll come at you. A little bit more draft news. We'll have the brackets in front of us at 5:00 tonight, so we'll be able to cover over that and go over where we think a lot of things will lead. We will do a Jabbo pod bracket all together on the pod and see what we can come up with.
Yeah, we'll make something.
We'll enter it and see if we can win. Probably won't.
Absolutely.
Because those things are damn near impossible, but we'll try.
We'll give it a roll.
Sounds good, man.
All right, man. Until next time.
Until next time, brother. We'll see you.
Yes, sir.
Post-game show is brought to you by Christ, I can't find it. The hell with it.